Let me know when it's.
Anthony, you're the new host of the podcast. Congratulations.
Okay.
Wait, new host.
New host.
All right, you guys are on in 3, 2, 1.
All right, welcome to this week's podcast. It's a little bit funky. We're on Thursday. Had some things come up earlier in the week, other obligations, but we are in full swing for this week. Coming back from break, we had lots of things going on. We had esports all week finishing up their season as they're in the playoffs, doing all that type of stuff. We'll talk about esports here in a little bit. Last week, we played Dobson on Tuesday the 7th, both home and away. We believe we lost both of those games, but had some good battles. We also had boys soccer hosting Westview. We lost that game in a heartbreaker. Wrestling hosted Dobson and Maryville on Wednesday the 8th. It was good to see our wrestlers in the gym as they had their last home duel of the season, beating Maryville. And I believe our girls beat both Maryville and Dobson, and then our boys beat Maryville in that duel. Friday we had Alhambra for girls basketball at home. Won all 3 of those games. Versus Alhambra, we had Shadow Ridge for soccer, girls soccer at home. Lost that one in a close one, and boys soccer traveled to Hamilton. We also had wrestling at the Dysart tournament over in the Dysart School District in the West Valley. We had 2 placers, Isaiah Valle and Ethan Ritchie, place in that tournament. Before we get into what's going on this week, wanted to bring in Anthony. Anthony's one of our esports announcers. So he's there in the action all the time. Little disclaimer, if you haven't followed us on Twitch, please do so. Download the Twitch app. Follow the Warrior Esports. It's a lot of fun. Anthony, you and your hosts and you guys are going to have a lot of fun announcing and as we watch our Warriors do battle. So we've got the playoffs. We've had the playoffs going on. How would you sum up this season as we're concluding season 1 of our esports?
Well, for League of Legends, I imagine that it was going great for a while. Then eventually we had our loss.
It was a tough game on Tuesday. It was a tough game, but it was the quarterfinals.
So quarterfinals, we had a tough loss. We were cruising there for a while.
Yeah, we were doing really good in like the preseason and all that, like non-stop wins after wins after wins until we lost to Brophy. And now that we got in the playoffs in the semi-quarter, we went against who do we win against?
The people we went against last time was Washington. So the Washington Rams beat us on Tuesday.
Yeah, the Washington Rams beat us, unfortunately. But hey, we made it in the
Yeah, no, we definitely, for our first season, just getting this started early on in the school year, we've definitely progressed a lot. We have a lot of fun things, and we've got a lot of people, get experience in the competitive gaming world, which I think will set us up for season 2, which we'll talk about in a second. Talk to me a little bit about some of our esports people. Who's been kind of carrying the load? Who's been showing up for us?
Well, everyone's really been basically showing up and all that. Like, everyone always has their own part, and, like, everyone's, like, really good at it. It just, like, really depends, because a lot of our teams have, like, ranks varying. I think one of our players that goes by the name, like, Kay's Coyote and all that is, like, in fact, platinum, right?
I don't know.
Yes, platinum, baby. Yeah, they're platinum, because that's the best kind of medal, right?
It's a brand new season. So they all have to work through the ranks in League of Legends to get their season 10 rankings. But we definitely had some high ranking people on our team this year.
Definitely. They were really experienced too. Pretty good players.
And I talked to them. They're all coming back for the next season. Practice starts next Tuesday, so we'll be gearing up and we'll be getting ready to hopefully take out the whole bracket.
There you go. Yeah. So that voice you hear in the background, that's Coach Ross. He's our esports coach. He's definitely the brains behind the operation. He's keeping everyone organized. A lot of the time, as coaches, our job is just to organize the chaos, right, Coach?
Yeah, sometimes I feel like more of a tech support person than a coach.
There you go, tech support, which esports, I'm glad they're asking you the tech support questions and not me. All I would do is tell them, just unplug the router, plug it back in. That's about the extent of my tech support that I give my parents, on the bi-weekly basis. Just unplug the router, plug it back in, you'll get your internet back. So we've got our second season, or part 2 of season 1.
We've also got another team in Rocket League that's in the championship.
Yeah, we're just gonna talk about that. So we got Rocket League that's
Los Homeboys.
Los Homeboys are still in it, baby.
They got the quarterfinal today.
Today after school.
Yeah.
So that's your opportunity to download that Twitch app, get it on your phone. You can set up the little notification. It pops up to me. Oh, hey, Warrior Esports, we're playing. So watch them in the quarterfinal. Los Homeboys. Shout out to Los Homeboys.
Definitely.
That's a great name.
Great team.
So we got season 2 coming up. What's your expectations, Anthony, as the announcer? What's your expectations for season 2?
I'm very hopeful because our team was always pretty good at what they do and all that. The thing is, they always have slight problems and all that. And I feel like if they were able to fix up team synergy and all that stuff, they would be really good as a team, and that would be super good for season 2 and all that. So I feel like if we just fix that thing, the team synergy, we would be able to do so good for season 2. Maybe even in fact win.
Nice. That's what I like to see. So I like to hear that. It's fun to watch esports. If you're not even an esports person, it's just hilarious to watch them and try to figure it out and listen to the announcers. So they've got that coming up. They've got Rocket League coming up today, quarterfinals. Hopefully we advance in that. If you're out there and you want to participate in esports, now's your chance to kind of come back to the fold. I know that Coach Ross just said that we have a lot of returners coming back, but definitely room for more people.
We can have multiple teams. We don't have to just have one League of Legends team. We could have 2, 3.
Yep. So it depends on it's not based off of one team. We could have the multiple teams in each game. My hope, and I hope I'm hoping we add soon. Maybe not this year, but soon some more games. What do you think? Any games you want to add?
Oh, to the esports.
This is you talking to the AIA world. I'm sure someone from the AIA is listening to our podcast.
Oh, I really hope they add one of my personal favorite games, which of course I think Mr. Ross already knows, Super Smash Bros.
Yeah,
that's me pounding the table, baby. I want Super Smash Brothers, and I think I would come play Super Smash Brothers because that's the only game I understand. So
yeah, I talked to the company that runs everything. We have calls and stuff, and they're looking at doing Smash and Overwatch. Hopefully.
Everyone, send your emails into the AIA. Let's get Smash Brothers on the.
Tell the AIA because the AIA is approved League of Legends and Rocket League, and that's why those are what we're doing for both seasons. But
So-
if they're able to add and Arizona approves the ad,
Let's do it.
they're trying to open up their offerings for next year.
Yep. So let's hope we get some more games to play, especially Super Smash Brothers, which is a classic. So Anthony, thanks for coming in and talking a little bit about esports.
Yeah, no problem. Enjoy it.
Yep. So this week, starting Monday the 13th, which is already passed, Eastmark, they have just a freshman team this year. So they came to our gym. We'll talk a little bit about the results next week. Tuesday, we had Red Mountain in the gym. For boys, the girls traveled to Red Mountain. We had soccer against Desert Ridge, both home and away. We'll talk about the results of that next week. Yesterday, wrestling traveled to Tolleson. Boys basketball hosted Kofa here in our gym. Nothing going on Thursday other than War Eagle Showcase. I'll talk about that here in a second. And then Friday, which is tomorrow, is our big matchup against Mesa High. Girls are in the gym. Boys are at Mesa for basketball. And then girls soccer hosts Hamilton here at home. Boys wrestling travels to Flowing Wells. I believe the girls are not in that tournament, but the boys are going down to Tucson and Flowing Wells. Talking about War Eagle Showcase, that's tonight. any 8th grader is welcome to come learn about the different things that we offer here at Westwood, different clubs, activities, sports, you name it, all of our academic stuff. We have counselors on hand. We'll have all the administration. We'll have the coaches. We'll have the sponsors. We'll have the teachers. We'll have lots of stuff going on tonight for the War Eagle Showcase. Had a really huge, successful junior high visits this past week. I had Carson and Keno Elementary come to the school, do the tours, learn about our CTE programs. They learned about athletics clubs, all the stuff that we offer here at Westwood, all the things we do. Had a lot of social media challenges with them. Ended up getting a couple hundred followers, which is, all I worry about in my life is how many followers I have, like most kids. No, I'm just kidding. But hopefully you guys can follow our athletics page, get more information on that type of stuff. But we're excited to host the War Eagle Showcase and show off all the things that we have here. Like our great CTE programs. Speaking of CTE programs, shout out to our booth here at the podcast. They do a great job behind the scenes. Usually when you're behind the scenes, you don't get all the credit. So who's back there, Mr. Ross?
We got Kyle.
Kyle, good job, dude.
And Max.
Max, you're the man.
And Braden's that other guy.
Braden, the other guy. Thanks, dudes. Behind the scene, obviously, Mr. Ross, thank you for running this thing. I think that it's although we have very few listeners comparative to other national podcasts, it's a lot of fun, and it's awesome to showcase the great things that we do here on campus. I love doing it. So I love highlighting our students, because that's what we're here for, to highlight our students, highlight the cool things like our CTE programs, our audio visual classes that are running this podcast. It's all student driven, which is incredible. So we will get next week. I know next week Monday's a holiday, so we will get probably, I believe, Tuesday or Wednesday will be our podcast day for next week. Sorry for the interruption in regularly scheduled programming, but we'll get this back to right the ship after a holiday and some different things going on. Thanks for checking in again. Still open I'm giving away shirts to people that direct message me. So direct message me on one of the platforms, Twitter, Instagram, or Facebook. Get a shirt. I gave away about 40 shirts to Keno kids and about 25 shirts to Carson kids. But it's also open to parents and students that follow us on social media. So keep up the good work. Hope to see you in the gym. Hope to see you on the field. Get ready for spring sports if you're ready to, doing that. That's only a couple weeks away. And we will talk to you next week.